Everybody, welcome back to Cover Down. Today we're going to meet some Guardians. We have Monique with us. I'm Seth, one of your hosts, here with this piece of shit over here. Roll the intro. Roll the intro, Nick. Intro.
You gonna play the song?
Yeah, play the song, right?
Song!
Intro. Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsors, fellow podcasters, Nothing Pacific. That's right. I said Nothing Pacific, not specific. It's two podcasters out of, was it New Mexico? Was it Arizona? I don't know. I feel like I should know this. You know, we're the worst, advocators of sponsors in the world. Anyway, so Nothing Pacific. It's Marty and Ibrahim out of New Mexico that work together by day as garbage men, but are trash people by night. Once again, those are their words, not mine. They talk about anything and everything from how much they hate their jobs to eagles with laser eyeballs or hawks with laser eyeballs, babies with laser eyeballs. There's a lot of laser eyeballs in their stuff. They have a theme, and I like it. And randomly dead people. So check them out. New episodes are every Tuesday night, once a week. And you can check them out wherever you can find podcasts. Great. Cool.
Good stuff.
All right, moving on from there. So today we have Monique Ransom with us. Right? Everybody say hi to Monique.
Hello.
Hi, Monique. Hi, Monique.
That's me.
And she's joining us for our first ever Meet Your Guardians.
Exactly.
Right, so we get to know a little bit more about Monique.
We get to know
A little bit Mo. Little bit Mo.
All right, we can just stop that right
Okay, that's fine. I'll just sip my
now.
coffee.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Oh my gosh. How's every week's going thus far?
Busy.
Yeah?
Busy. Real busy.
Well,
Yeah. All the moves that we're making in the organization, it's just a lot of follow through, and making sure that everything is set before we make announcements.
Yeah.
So we don't want to make announcements and have something.
yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff in the works.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, everybody's working on something. You're working on something. I'm working on some stuff. Monique's working on some pretty cool stuff that I'm actually
very, very
super
big
excited
stuff in the
about.
works.
Right?
Yeah.
Outside of the organization, do anything cool this week?
It worked.
Oh, wow, that's fun. I earned a living.
Pretty much that's it. Just worked, and yeah.
Nice.
I really don't do anything during the week. That's the thing.
Oh.
I go to work, I come home, take care of the house, dogs, everything like that, and then it's organization stuff.
Nice.
Sit on the couch, watch TV, and then just be sending out a ton of messages and following up with other organizations and other veteran advocates and stuff like that. And
Nice.
just helping them out with some stuff. So
Yeah, very cool. Yeah.
yeah, very busy.
It's a very it's a nonstop job, that's for sure. What about you, Mo? You done anything interesting this week?
I was home mostly with my hubby, so no.
Yeah.
No. He had a, little oopsie, and we ended up in the hospital, but he's okay, and just happy that he's okay.
Yeah,
So-
I've been telling you for years to get that attached twin removed, Nick.
Yeah, really. I don't know, man. The extra toe thing was really starting to get to me, but I'm glad that.
And moving on.
Yeah, the extra toe thing.
The extra
I'm just glad you got it in that jar so we can bring it on the show and actually display it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, that was an interesting moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was scary, but
Yeah, but it made for an awesome group text.
it did. It did.
It really did.
I'm still a little bit upset that my idea with the googly eyes was not put into play.
I am.
Everything
I'm
is
very
funnier with
sad
googly eyes on it.
that we
Exactly.
couldn't keep the organ.
You can keep the organ. We're going to frame it.
So why don't we just clarify?
No, I want to leave it at that.
Let's just clarify. He had his appendix removed.
Yes, he had chronic
We're
appendicitis.
talking about the organ.
Yeah.
We're talking about the appendix.
But no, we got an interesting photograph of it, which I'm
We did.
thinking about just taking it and photoshopping it into that freeze frame from that Nickelback song where he
Well,
says, "Look at this
yeah.
photograph," and it's just Nick's appendix.
Well, I want
inside
to
it.
have it hanging on the wall here.
Yeah, I would have rather had the appendix hanging on the wall.
I know.
No,
I might
but-
put googly eyes on it too while it's on the wall.
We can put that on the picture. We don't have to.
Yeah, that's what I
put
mean.
The actual appendix.
We don't have. They wouldn't give it to us because it had to go to pathology.
Where they can find its new path in life.
Well, no.
I don't know anything about the medical field.
So it's just where they send it, and they want to make sure that the problems that Nick was having was just the appendix,
Oh.
nothing that induced it, like a cyst or some sort of cancer or pre-cancer.
Yeah, so we took out your appendix and we did some more research into it, and it turns out you have athlete's foot
In your appendix.
and jock itch
And dandruff.
Oh,
and dandruff.
was
So
a toe
we're going to
growing
prescribe you with
inside?
some spray and some Selsun Blue.
He's gonna get a prescription for like Head and Shoulders. Or something.
you need to
Insurance
dip your body
doesn't
in
cover it.
mouthwash.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it was definitely an interesting week for me. Work was killer, but I got to take my son to his first ever concert last night to go see Exodus, Black Label Society, and Anthrax, which he was dressed up awesome with his battle vest and his cool Thrasher hat.
Super cute.
Yeah, it was awesome, and a core memory unlocked right there, man.
Good deal.
Core memory.
Good. Deal.
All hail Lord Zach Wild.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
From the Connecticut chapter, we love you, Zach. He didn't steal my beer this time, though.
What
Well,
a bummer.
Big plus.
Yeah, big
That's
plus.
also,
Got to keep the
that's
beer.
also because you weren't near the stage. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like
Well, I mean, I had a-
walk through
I had a
the
s-
stands and be like, where's this Seth character?
Well,
And I'll
yeah.
steal this guy's
Well,
beer.
I wouldn't go that far, but he
Gonna
did
seek
walk
you
through the
out.
stands in the last show and then sought Nick out and stole his beer during the middle of a guitar solo.
I mean, it'd be like that.
How do I cool my face down from the face melting?
Yeah, the face melting. My feet is melting. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
And that just happened.
Yeah, it just happened. Come on, man. By now, you know that my mind pretty much works like a cartoon on a constant basis.
Yeah, and-
I relate to SpongeBob jokes on a almost a spiritual level. So
I'm okay with that.
yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
okay with that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it was an interesting week. So on to the main event. Mm-hmm. Mo,
Oh,
tell us about
You
yourself.
are in the hot seat.
Yeah, you're in the
Wow.
hot seat today.
Great.
Yeah, it's more of a relaxed episode where people kind
Yeah.
of get to learn a little bit more about the people that are part of the organization. All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry that you have to sit through this now. No, I'm super excited to be here. So thanks
Yeah.
for having me on.
So, where'd you tell us about yourself first? Go ahead.
I'm Monique Ransom.
Yeah.
I'm married to Nick Ransom.
Yeah.
We apologize for that.
I tend to, I like him a
Yeah.
little bit.
He's all right.
I don't blame
That
you.
varies, but you know, we're
He's all
married,
right.
so I love you.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoy your time with my future husband.
Yep. For now, he's mine. But
Yeah, I think we decided a long time ago, Nick, that if our wives kick the bucket, it's just you and I.
Oh, big facts.
Yeah, big facts.
Dip a little spoon.
He does like to be Little Spoon.
That's okay.
He does.
Yeah,
I feel sick.
Yeah.
I like the butterfly position where we go back to back. You know, just
Poor Doug.
Okay.
what? I need to find a life partner after my life partner
That's
is
it.
gone.
I'm done with this one.
I'm not allowed to get
I'm out.
remarried to a woman, but I was told that I can remarry Nick if I want to.
I'm out.
All right,
I'm
fine.
done.
Jeez, you're just not open-minded.
I'm very open-minded.
You need to
I'm
open your mind more.
I'm just a little bit upset that I'm not even worked into this equation. Like,
Well, you want to be a throuple?
I'm sure that you guys could all make that work.
Yeah, we can.
Cheat on Seth with.
but I mean, I'm not even.
Be the side
Nope.
piece.
Yeah, you be the side
We're
piece.
not gonna. All right, and moving on.
All right.
Again.
Anyway, so
All
you're married. You're married to Nick, so
Yep.
which is cool
Yep.
because then you have two members in the organization that actually play pretty pivotal roles. All right, because Nick is right now our vice president, and then you are our secretary.
Yes.
Correct. That's
Yep.
right. I'm just the dude who likes to talk too much. So that's fine.
So how? I obviously know the answers to this, but how long have you been involved with
I don't know the answers to this.
So I should say
Yeah.
officially and unofficially.
Okay.
Because there's a bit of a history when it comes to your guys' involvement with this organization.
There is, for sure. So Nick and I met like roughly 3 years ago. Right off the bat, when we got together. Pivot.
We're just trying to make sure we had good audio.
It's like that scene in Friends.
Just ignore me.
Pivot.
Pivot! Pivot! Pivot!
Pivot.
That.
Right off the bat, he talked about you, and he talked about the hike, but he talked about everything that has to do with the Guardians and how passionate he was about it. And that really caught my attention. You know, anything that he loves, I love. So you had actually messaged me first about wanting to have me involved in something that we were involved in at the time.
Yeah, did you have her number in your phone for 4 years and forget who she was too?
No.
No.
He found me on Facebook.
Wow, you're privileged.
I know.
Yeah.
So
be nice.
we started talking, and I volunteered from there, and it kind of blossomed into more focused on the Guardians. Nick and I both attended a couple events, I would say a good portion of them, before we were voted in. I knew I wanted to be a part of Guardians after the first event that we had volunteered at. I was just so inspired and so in love with the mission and what we've been doing, or what you guys were doing at the time, that I thought, why wouldn't I want to be a part of this? You know, so I didn't know if it was, I didn't know how to get in. So I kind of was just like, when's somebody gonna ask? Who's gonna tell me I can join? And I think you had actually mentioned, like, when are you guys gonna do it? And right then and there, I was like, right now, right now.
Yeah.
And they're like making a commitment in the moment, right?
Yeah, no, but I do have a history of that.
making commitments within the moment.
But I was so excited. And I think, if nothing else, the things that I have committed to, you know, like Nick, we committed right from the very start. And, you know, like this, right from the very start, we're gung-ho, we're ready to go. And we want to help.
Well,
You know?
you guys were that way even way before, excuse me, someone even asked you to join the organization, because it was like we would always need someone to sling T-shirts or set up for an event or just be there ahead of time to represent us. And like, I would contact Nick, and then automatically he would just be like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah,
we're all
course.
set. And it was before you were even voted into the organization, like, you guys were going to the storage unit, grabbing all the gear, setting up at the event, tearing stuff down, putting it back. And it was just, I mean, it was awesome to have that representation.
Yeah.
And then always have someone at the table to make sure that someone was there to take care of the veterans or anyone who came up to the table.
Yeah.
And then for me, it was a no-brainer, right? I mean, and I talked to Nick plenty of times when it came to you guys joining the organization.
Yeah.
And it's a couple of times I heard it's not the right time. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, that's fine, right? You do what you got to do, but you know, you will be joining this organization soon.
Yep. Here we are.
It wasn't like he had a choice at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
So what, aside from when you did one event or two events and then you basically got a taste of like the mission and what we're all about and stuff, like what initially, so I understand that you love anything Nick loves, but on a personal,
I'm sure we can find a few things that are exception to that rule.
but like on a personal note, like what made you want to get involved in the first place?
So I did enlist in the Army myself, in the National Guard. I didn't get through anything. I didn't accomplish anything. I had a medical discharge, all honorable. Unfortunately, I would have loved to see that through.
Yeah, I don't think anybody blames you for that, though, in that case.
No.
You gave it your best.
I did.
There's circumstances out of your control,
And
all
some
right?
things, some really, things, or, sorry, some really crappy things took place. And it is what it is. I've moved past that. But after seeing the very small window that I saw, that our veterans, I don't consider myself a veteran, but people that have actually served and accomplished what I set out to. And then these people are coming home and they have there's a huge gap in the assistance where the VA doesn't pick up and where the government doesn't seem to want to acknowledge, if we're talking frankly. So if there's something that I can do for the people that did accomplish that and do need that help, if there's something that I can do, why would I not? You know what I mean? That really set a fire under my butt. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, like this is it. It feels like my heart. I want to give everything. If I could quit my job, quit working and just do this full time, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think it works best for mission-based people.
Yeah.
Like us, right?
Yeah.
So we feel the best and the most at use.
Yes.
When we're striving towards a specific goal.
Yeah.
And we feel even better when that goal is with other people.
Absolutely.
Because that
camaraderie.
Yeah, that was one of the things we enjoyed
Yeah.
about the service was the fact that when you're with your group of people and you're working tirelessly to make one thing happen, and then that one thing happens and it happens well, it feels amazing. So we get to do that on our own terms this time.
Absolutely.
So not that doing it not on our own terms wasn't cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to knock the service thing, but to be able to now have the opportunity to go, I get to pick the mission, is pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
You can take back some of that, I don't want to say control, but that choice.
The autonomy,
Yeah.
if you will.
Well, there is a certain level of control because looking at it from like the leadership standpoint, I see a lot of what other organizations, what they do. And some of these organizations, they're governed by other, I guess like on a national level, right? So when you have a small group like us, we do have that control to control our own mission and how we go about that mission. So it's not like we are told, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how you're going to do it. It's, hey, this is what we're going to do. How do we do it? And then we have the power to basically just go out there and just pave our own way. And I think that gives us a lot of, not only does it give us a lot of freedom, but it also gives us a lot of power too at this point. Because it's, when we set a goal, I mean, let's be honest, we don't set small goals.
No.
Like we always sit there and we're like, hey, I would like to do this, but we're like, how can we make it 10 times better? Let's focus on that.
Yeah, they're not lofty ones either, right?
No.
They're achievable. They're measurable. Right? The podcast is a lofty one, but
No, I mean, the podcast was it was a big goal because there was a lot that went into it.
110 subscribers this far. Can't be
like
doing that
how
bad.
many months did we sit there and have endless conversations about how this was going to look, how it was going to sound, how it was going to basically roll out, when it was going to roll out.
It was literally like 3 hours. It wasn't
just-
months. We didn't do much anything.
No, it was a lot longer than
that.
Yeah, there was a lot involved. And I mean, even still, it's like we talked about, I think it was when we talked about it on the live, it's we're constantly critiquing everything that we do. And it's not like we just do something and we just let it go.
Yeah.
It's we do something, we look at how we did it, and we're like, nah, we need to improve it.
Yeah.
Right? We need to bring...
And Mo, you've actually been a pretty, I guess, integral part as well. You've been part of the whole podcast conversation from the beginning, though you may not be on the show hosting or doing the editing. You're definitely our sounding board when it comes to stuff. Of, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So
I do want to publicly apologize for the countless hours you had to watch YouTube with me.
So a lot of dedication and time did go into this. Like, I know Nick did probably hundreds of hours of research on YouTube.
Oh my God.
And I never once wanted to complain or discourage him from that because that's important. You know what I mean? You guys did a lot went into this.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly honored to be on it.
Well, I mean, we'll get it if you complain. Even my wife the other day when I was making YouTube shorts, she's like, if I have to hear the joke about the ghost one more time, and it's like me rewinding the last 3 seconds over and over and again, trying to get the timing right in a short that's going to be seen hopefully by thousands of people, which it was pretty successful. But she's like, you got to put some headphones on. I can't listen to that over and over and over again. Which I don't blame anybody.
It's all right.
Audio and video editing to an audience is an atrocious thing.
Yeah, but I also think it's one thing to when, say, Nick was involved and he had this passion and he got into it. it's one thing for you to like fully support that, but then it's also another thing when your significant other buys into the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty
because
awesome
it's
feeling.
just, it gives you that much more passion, right? Because it's, like your wife, she's out there, creating decals and stickers,
Super cool decals.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then you and Nick are, like the dynamic duo when it comes to the organization and getting things done and finding information. And then like Allison, even though she's not part of the organization, like she fully backs everything that I do.
Yeah, but to
And
be fair, she's got her own organization, right?
Yeah.
to run.
And there's that,
So-
like I buy into
Yeah.
her mission and she buys into our mission, and it's just that, cohesiveness, but it just adds to everything that we do when we have, our significant others, our families, kids that buy into it. It just brings it up another
Yeah, it's
notch.
nice. I
Yeah.
like the fact that I had that same level of spousal support for this that I had while I was in the service of, it's fine. If you got to go, you got to go. Go do your
Yeah.
thing. We got this here. So,
Absolutely.
But, I dig it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Nick
So
appreciates it.
aside from let's put the mission aside for a hot second.
Sure.
What keeps you involved? Because one thing that I do pride ourselves on, and I make sure that this is known when we're talking to potential sponsors and stuff like that, is no one in this organization gets paid.
Yep.
Right? There is nothing aside from the mission that I don't want to say entices people to show up every day, but I mean I don't want to sound like I'm mean when I say this.
Not
but
only
You want
It's
to get
just-
out of it.
So not only do people not get paid,
Yeah.
but I want to point out a lot of the people in this organization spend their own money
Exactly.
Yes.
and then don't ask for reimbursements.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
And
like, they're
it's-
donating their time and their money, and sometimes in large quantities.
Yeah.
Right.
Like-
and I've seen other nonprofits where and there's nothing wrong with it,
No,
right?
not at all.
They'll spend the money on something, or they'll use their gas and whatnot to get to a certain meeting or whatnot. And rightfully so, that could be a tax write-off for somebody because it is a donation to the nonprofit that you're supporting. But at the same time, again, going on 7 years doing this, not one person has ever said, hey, I want to get paid, or hey, we have to travel 45 minutes to an hour to this event. Like, who's going to pay for my gas, right? So aside from all of that,
Pay's an option.
Yeah, wait,
No,
is that
not
a
for you.
choice?
I don't know about you guys, but for me, it wouldn't feel like charity. If,
no,
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
Yep.
I mean, now granted, like to people in other organizations, don't let like what we're saying deter you.
Right.
By all means, like if you want to help, but the only way you can do so is by being reimbursed. Then you do what you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
We do this because we can,
Yeah.
not because
Yeah.
Yep.
you
That's an
know,
active choice.
it's a very active.
If we have the
choice.
means to do so,
Yeah.
we're going to do it.
We're going to
Yeah.
do it.
But aside from all that, what keeps you involved?
Besides the hubby.
So what keeps me
Involved is we're always doing something. There's always something that I can have my hands, for lack of a better word, dirty in,
Okay.
Like right now, I won't reveal what, but I'm writing up a proposal. I have been
for the past 2 months that I am ecstatic about. I am like ecstatic.
I cannot.
It's going to be
express.
super cool.
It is. It's going to be fantastic.
And because we have that flexibility where we can kind of choose what we would like to do, this program that I'm going to propose is all of the things that I'm passionate about, but wouldn't have time to do otherwise. So, if we're being honest, if I didn't have the accountability of writing this up and involving other people, I don't know, maybe it would be easier to just kind of push it to the
It's easier to
wayside.
make excuses
It
at that
is.
point.
Yeah.
It is, but this is not the place I want to make excuses. This is not the place where
I feel like
Do
it's
you,
right to back
do
down.
you have a executive function deficiency?
Yes.
Being, you sometimes require leadership.
I'm
Okay,
a
math.
squirrel.
yeah.
No, you should use that term. They call it an executive function or deficiency, meaning that you're not very self-motivated, but when you have someone basically just doing buddy checks on you of, hey, you getting that done, you getting that done, like you stay on top of stuff really well. Like for the most part, I can work independently by myself pretty well, but I
Yeah.
still do require a little bit of oversight because it keeps me in line and getting things
Yeah.
done.
Right.
So
I'm like
that's the
that.
whole reason why I got married. because I need someone to just make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's not getting married for love and because you want to spend the rest of your life with this person or whatnot. It's
no, because I secretly just wanted a boss.
just wanted a boss. This is Kristen.
I needed an adult.
So we go somewhere and Seth's like, "This is Kristen. She's my manager."
Yes.
If you have any questions about further play dates, we need to discuss that with her.
Yes, that's how. Hey,
Well, okay.
I say
so
that all
hold
the
on a
time.
second.
Talk to the boss.
Yeah, I will admit, I do say that, right? Someone would be like, "Hey, Doug, do you want to do this?" And I'm just like, I gotta clear it with the boss
Yep.
first, right?
Yeah.
And then I just tell her, and I'm like, you know what? Just contact her. She only tells me 3 things: what to wear, what time we're leaving, and if I have to watch my language, and we're good, right?
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that with vacation at work the other day, and people always laugh because I was like, I only take vacation when I'm told to.
Yeah.
And they like look at me. I was like, no, I have a finite amount of vacation days. So when my wife says we're going to do this on these times, those are my vacation days. The ones that I get for myself is like my birthday. And
Yeah, I don't have a
that's about
birthday.
it. You don't have a birthday.
No, I don't.
You don't.
No.
You were just poof there.
No,
Suddenly.
because
no birth. It wasn't on a
Oddly
day.
enough, Alice and I, we share the same birthday, right? She is exactly 2 years older than me. So then one year we were talking about like what we wanted to do for our birthdays and whatnot. She just turns around, she goes, "You should celebrate your birthday the day after." And I was like, "Why?" She goes, "Well, I was born first, so I got the day first, so you don't get your birthday."
I had
I'm
visions
like, "All right,
of
so I don't
Angelica
have a
from
birthday
Rugrats
anymore."
on that one.
So I don't know how old I am. I guess I get her age and just -2, but that's a lot of math.
Insert the filter.
Filter on that one.
Simply
Why?
Wow.
Why what?
Well, at least you remember her birthday well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you won't forget
Yeah.
it.
Or at least it's a more pleasant reason in which you remember her birthday. I remember my wife's birthday because it's also the same day that John Lennon and Dimebag Darrell were shot.
And we're back to rock.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, twice in one episode.
Sorry, I can't help it. I remember things. I associate things with weird stuff in order to remember them. So
Yeah, that's not weird at all.
yeah, the murder of music legends.
Hey, happy birthday, honey.
Well, that it's like the day after Pearl
You have to go
Harbor.
put some flowers on a
Yeah.
grave today, but we can do that after your party for sure.
Yeah. So being able to be involved with one passion that fuels another passion, that's what keeps you pretty
It's
much
one of the reasons. Yeah,
one of the reasons.
It's one of the reasons.
Okay, so elaborate on the others.
Why would I not want to be involved? Like just big picture. Why would I not want?
Because it is a time commitment.
It is
Right?
It's
Like
yeah.
you look at
It's a large
everything that we do and you look at everything that is involved and it's not something that you could just, do on a Monday and then kick off for like 2 weeks and then just pick it back up. There's
Nope.
always that, constant.
Yeah, it's not like,
Let's be honest, there's
helping
always-
out every once in a while, like on Thanksgiving in a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, like it's not so much a hobby as it is
It's a life.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. With your family. It's an event. Family. Ugh. Who needs gravity when you have family?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
This is like. I've known you for years. My father knows you. I'm
Good old
really,
Glenn.
I'm really tight with my
Good old
dad.
Glenn.
I'm really close with my father. I think he's one of the greatest men to walk the planet. But
For the record, I love picking on that dude.
Yeah, me too.
Like I do it out of love because he knows that
He can take it, but
comes
he'll give
from
it
a
right back.
Very sincere place, but every
Yeah.
time Glenn comes around, I just have to bust
Have I
on
met
him
your
a little
father?
bit.
yes,
Yeah. Was that,
yes,
Yeah.
yes. It briefly.
Yeah. I remember.
He was the guy walking around doing this.
Yeah, you're like, bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah, spicy meatball.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
with his
He
hair.
literally drives down the road like this. Yeah.
Well, in that hand is a meatball sub. Actually,
It's-
he likes a ham sub.
It's a ham sub.
All right. So
Anywho.
we'll have to get Glenn a ham.
He just
sub
smells of
then.
olive oil and basil on a constant basis.
Yeah, I used to work with Glenn.
And a
Good
Reina.
guy. Good guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He really is,
Yeah, I
but-
love Glenn. Love working with him.
Doug likes sending Glenn gifts and
Oh yes, and you guys periodically like to send each other.
Nice little gifts
Yes,
when you're
right?
thinking about each other, right?
Those.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, what was the last gift that you sent him?
Can you just refresh? I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So apparently, right? This is
Is it
how,
apparently or is it
Yeah.
like
No,
Are you
it
actually-
happened.
sure?
It
It
happened.
happened. Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
were
stop with the hypotheticals.
We were. So I was over at Nick's and Monique's, and we were watching TV and just hanging out. And then someone sent somebody a package in the mail, and it was like 1,000, 5,000, whatever ladybugs. Right? You can legit order this from Amazon.
Yeah.
And
Package.
so all of a sudden,
Were they all
Nick
dead?
turns around. No, they were
No,
alive.
they're alive.
I think it'd be funnier if they were all dead.
No, they're alive. So
There'd be
Nick
no
turns
purpose to
around
it
and he
whatsoever.
goes, "How funny would it be if we just sent ladybugs to Glenn?" And I was like, "No, we should just leave a watermelon on his doorstep." And then Monique turns around and she goes, "Why a watermelon?" I'm like, "Exactly, right? You wake up and you see a watermelon on your doorstep and you're like, what? Out of all things, why a watermelon?" Right? So all of a sudden, he starts laughing.
Christmas
He puts
miracle.
his phone down, and then that's the end of the conversation.
Yep.
Okay? The
Left it at
end.
that.
He
Yep.
turns around. He said he's going to send Glenn, or before he put his phone down, he said he's sending Glenn a present or a package in the mail or whatever.
Yep.
So then it was like 2 days later. I think we came to the studio and we were talking about stuff, and I was like, "Hey, did Glenn ever get his package?" And all of a sudden, Nick just starts dying, and then he says that he's like, "Oh, did you see what I sent him?"
Like,
I was like, "No."
I've known Nick long enough
So
where you can't trust him
no, you can't
Awesome.
because this
with
is
access to
this-
the internet.
This is how
funds.
fast he will throw you under the bus,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
He shows me his phone, and it is like a pair of old lady panties that would fit on an elephant.
Literally.
Right?
Yeah.
That big. And I'm not exaggerating.
It looked like the sail to like a small
Yeah.
schooner.
It's like 4 feet wide. They're
But-
Yeah.
massive.
I'm pretty sure
What-
they use those on Coast Guard vessels.
But what is, yeah. Sean. So what does he do? He sends it as a gift and then signs the card, "Love Doug."
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So here's Glenn
You're
getting
great.
a package in the mail that says "Love Doug," opens it up, and it's this huge pair of panties, thinking that I did it. So all of a sudden, I get a message across my phone
They're
that
pink
said,
too, by the way.
"You mother," right? And I just turned around, and immediately I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! You talk to your son-in-law about this and check his bank records." Yeah, I kicked him under the bus just as fast as he threw me.
Why
under
did you
there.
send me a pink laced car cover?
My God, that we have fun though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
we're,
a good time.
We're super mature. Yeah, and very professional, as you can see. But I think that kind of adds to what being part of the Guardian's about.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, there's that authenticity piece.
Yeah, because like
that
before I
comes.
came here, like I had no friends. Like none.
Yeah,
still
we
don't.
know. It's okay.
I know. It's all right.
I'm just kidding.
I just have like an imaginary glee club.
You're the guy with the skip it.
With the bean bag, but he's just trying to pick it.
Yep.
Where's
told
Seth?
you.
He's out in the field playing hacky sack with himself for 6 hours. What's he doing now? He's just sobbing.
He's in a hole.
No, we do have fun though. It's that authentic piece to it. There's a lot of there's actually been a couple of people that have come up and who will see us on Facebook, but they'll also see us at like events and whatnot. And then you hear the common thing where it's just like there's no deviation, right? It's what you see on Facebook is what you see, when you come to an event. It's that joking around, that family feel. So yeah, it's just being authentic and being able to have a good time when we're doing what
Yeah.
we love. So speaking of doing what we love, what is one of the things that you love about this organization?
I like that, kind of like what we're talking about. I like that family aspect.
Yeah.
I'm really close with you guys. When Nick tells me you guys are coming over, or we get the message that you guys are going to pop in,
Yeah, you make snacks.
I always make snacks. I get really excited. The Italian
Yeah.
comes out a little bit.
Yeah, you came in and there's like pretzels and popcorn and stuff.
Yeah.
And she made coffee, and of course I brought the Baileys.
Cheers.
I don't have Bailey's in mine.
Well,
That's just because you're lame.
Would you just like
Clink.
just a glass of Baileys? You ever drink Baileys from a boot?
Easy now, fuzzy little man Peach. You ever drunk Baileys from a shoe?
Well,
If you're gonna do it out of a crock.
Ew. No.
It can be clean better.
No,
afterwards.
listen to me. My husband wears Crocs.
Yeah.
I wear
Those things,
Crocs.
those things are ripe.
Yeah. Wash them. Taking a magic eraser to
He
him.
won't let me wash his
Are they-
Crocs or his hats.
Do they have
or
the
his
fur
Carhartt.
inside?
Or his socks.
Or what?
Do the Crocs have the fur inside though?
One of them does. The
Oh,
other
well,
one
yeah.
doesn't.
Those are like.
I can't wear
I think those are the ones he's wearing now. Look, yeah.
the camo
He
Crocs.
loves those.
Hey, fun fact. Did you know you can put a Glock in the band around that little speed strip? It fits in perfectly.
Glock rock?
Yeah, get a Glock in your Crocs. I am not lying to you.
Stay
I saw a
strapped.
picture of that the other day.
Or get clapped.
And a guy was just like, he slipped his Glock into the speed strap
Stay
on his
Glocked
Glock.
with your-
or on his Croc, and I thought that was hilarious. I also saw one where they had tiny little plows on the front of them, so you can shovel your driveway.
What about you can put a little salt shaker on the back so you can salt your driveway as you walk through.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw flashlights for them too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want shoes with little flashlights
I
on
think
them.
Crocs are great. I can't wear them though.
Did you see that guy who I think he lost his eye to cancer and then he turned his eye into a flashlight?
Oh, that's really cool.
I thought you were going to say he turned his eye into a Croc. Like, you just took a small Croc and stuck it in there.
I got a shoe. This is my spare. I just put it in water and
My brain had a 2-second delay on that conversation,
Yes.
so I wasn't quite tracking.
Yeah. No, so this guy, like, I guess he's like some sort of engineer or something, and he put his, like, a prosthetic eye or whatever that
Yeah.
he turned into a flashlight.
Would you do that?
If I had the ability and the knowledge,
Let me ask you this. If you, with
We make a
let's say
Guardians one.
a perfectly healthy body, all right, had the opportunity to have some form of cybernetic implant, would you do it? But you have to take the original piece of your body and remove it.
am I still me, or can I be a guy and then choose to do this?
I don't want to ask where that's going. Look,
Neither do I.
The point. I mean,
gonna
when you're
cut that
cybernetic,
out.
I guess you can. You know what?
We're gonna cut that out.
We're gonna, I don't know.
It wasn't meant to be bad.
8 million people in the world, I picked that.
Good choice.
No, like so, like
Sucker.
for me, like having like a cybernetic eyeball that scans stuff would be awesome. Like I'd love to be like, oh, what's that thing over there? And it's like
You scan it to like make a copy? What do you mean scan?
No, like so you had like this robotic
Yeah, it's like he's
eyeball
going to the office.
where
but
it's like
what I immediately
it's
thought of. I'm like, that's
tracking-
really
I'll make a
lame.
PDF.
Yeah. Slams his face off the counter, starts dragging it across. And you see the toner light and the eyeball just shift left to right.
Seth's sitting there just going like this. Someone's like, what's he doing? Like, I need 10 copies.
Walking in a room, Doug just bent over a table while faxing noises are coming out of his butt. No, that's not what I meant.
Cut.
No, I meant like a cybernetic eyeball that's can tell
like
you
my version
everything.
better.
You know, it has like heat vision or like it does facial recognition on certain things and stuff. You know,
What if it was a laser?
it was a laser eyeball.
What if it was a laser eyeball?
but like a
Like
laser,
a real laser?
but like a laser pointer,
Or like a cat.
No.
Yeah, like the cat toy.
No.
You just have a cat toy in your eyeball, like a laser eyeball, and it's just pointing at
Yeah,
things.
you would
You're like,
be
oh,
really
that's a
popular.
letdown. You know,
With stray cats, you'd be really popular.
No, I
or
don't.
you know, or it could be like I don't know, a cybernetic hand or something like that. I'm just saying, would
don't know.
you sacrifice a piece of your body to have some super cyberpunk like thing attached to you that enhances your abilities?
Maybe
Maybe.
my head, like my brain,
You're just your whole damn head.
or like my brain.
Oh, just get a cybernetic.
Yeah, we can ditch this one.
Oh,
What?
You're just gonna be a
You said if I
robot
could do
now.
anything.
Well, the brain doesn't count.
Well, you didn't
can
say
have it,
that.
You can't take it away.
You didn't say that.
Because then you're not even you anymore. Okay.
No.
Shit. Sorry. Right. Oh my god.
My brain hurts. My brain asks.
Yeah,
How do we get
well-
way off track?
It's the
We got
Baileys.
way off track with it.
It's the Baileys, man.
Oh my
This sounds like a
Lord.
win-win situation to me. No.
So off track. So
Where was this supposed to be? I don't
have
even
no
remember how
clue.
we.
I don't know, but now I'm just thinking about giant robots. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Carry on. Take me away from this topic, please.
Wait, so we don't. Okay, go ahead.
what?
Is that not a good idea?
What?
I'm still stuck
brain
on
out?
it. Yeah,
No,
I'm stuck
because you
on
die
it.
No,
instantly.
because if you replace your brain, then you're not you. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Your brain is what.
But then,
adds
do I
to-
have to get a job? Do you see? That's a really good excuse to not go to work the next day.
Well, how about
or the
inst-
day after that?
Well, how about instead
We're reading too, we're
you
reading
remove-
way
Or
too
after that.
far into this.
you remove your digestive system and then replace it with like solar paneled skin that energizes you that way. Like you put a battery in you.
But you think my brain idea is a bad idea?
Well, you remove your brain, you're just dead. Right? But if you don't need food or water because you're powered by the
She's
sun.
like, what's 2 + 2? You dumb.
2 + 4 = chair.
I think my idea was better, but that's okay.
That's fine.
Grab this whole episode and start crying.
Yeah, oh my God. You know what? We're canceling the podcast.
I'm sorry. Did I ruin it?
No, actually, no.
Start over.
Soiled
Roll
it.
intro, Nick.
Soiled it.
Intro.
No, you didn't ruin anything. And this is what I love about the organization is that we feel comfortable enough to be ourselves.
Yep.
Right? We don't try to be someone we're not. We don't try to represent somebody or people that we're not. And it's just that comfortability when you're in the organization around other people in the organization. It's you have that feeling where it's like, I don't have to, be insecure about some certain things. I can be myself, and then everyone's just like, yeah, let's roll with it, right?
Yeah.
We accept it.
That dark sense of humor that we all kind of.
Yeah, the weirdness.
Yeah.
And
For me, this is a breakaway from work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I don't picture the podcast as like work to do.
No.
I don't picture doing stuff with the Guardians as work to do. For me, it is a hobby that I thoroughly enjoy. This is my moment to be with friends because for a long period of time, I just kind of did my own thing. So now I'm back to like, hey, it's nice to have friends. So I picture that like this as just going to hang out with you guys.
Absolutely.
Which I think is super cool. So when, we can like take a break from the day-to-day grind that we do, right?
Yeah.
'Cause we're all slaves to the grind. Awesome Skid Row album, by the way.
and that's 3.
Told you.
Oh, Seth is back.
Yeah, you should put a counter for how many times I do a music reference
That's
on
number
this
3.
show. Yeah, we get to step away from it and we get to do something that we all enjoy with people that we love being with. So it's pretty awesome. And then, I definitely like the fact that I can go share the thing that I'm proud of with my family and they get excited just like you can and you can. So yeah, this is more fun for me than it is work.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with that.
yeah.
So far, you've been with us for how long?
I would say roughly 3 years.
Okay.
Maybe a little less.
Okay. Within that 3 years, what would you pick out as your most memorable moment so far?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know.
That's a really
That's why I
tough
said
one.
using the hot seat.
Ooh.
I mean, I can think of a memorable moment regarding you and Nick. If that helps.
Can you go first?
Yeah.
No.
go
Well, it's not a memorable moment. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it is a memorable moment
Yeah.
for me, but it was like a proud moment
Sure.
for my bestie over there. And that was the first event. That was the last recipient dinner when you and Nick, I think, got awarded the plaque for the level of dedication that you had given to the organization over that last year. And that was I was very proud to see you guys get that. I thought that was super cool. No, we don't have it in here. We'll have to get
It's
it
in the
here.
it's in the house.
Yeah, and that's something
have a
that gets
surprise
passed around, right?
coming.
So like every year, I think someone new gets chosen.
Yes.
That they feel that they did an amazing job, and then they get, just as a it's not a trip to the Bahamas, but it's a way of the whole entire organization saying thank you for the work that you did. I thought that was pretty cool.
I did too. I was really surprised, to be honest.
Why?
I had no idea. But it was
I didn't even know what
That
was
was
going on. I was just like, yeah,
a nice moment. That was a nice moment. I would have to say I always enjoy the poker runs. To be honest, I think one of our... Does it have to be an event?
No, it doesn't have to be an event. Just what is one of like your most memorable moment? Like if I was a complete stranger, right, and I was showing interest in, say, participating or even becoming a guardian, right? And you had this like one moment that you would always talk about to, I don't want to say sell the organization, but just talk about so someone else can feel that level of excitement and passion and all that to where they might get inspired to say, I want to join as well.
Do you want me to go first? Want to tell you my most memorable moment?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
I do have an idea, but go ahead.
Okay, so mine involved actually all three of you, Nick, Monique, Doug, and it was when I first joined, Nick slightly before I joined, and that was when I was really struggling at work and then not being around my people, aka the veteran community, and just kind of feeling alone in that aspect. And then when I joined, you guys were so damn welcoming. Like it was amazing. It was like, yeah, man, we're here for you. If you need anything, you're part of the family now. Blah 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 blah. Like that was my favorite moment right there because it's
Absolutely.
like, oh, well, you know, you guys have my attention now. You have my devotion. Thank you for being welcoming and stuff. So like that was a big moment for me.
Yeah.
You know. So what do you got?
I think I actually have two.
Okay.
So one of the first events that we did was a bike blessing right here in New London.
Oh yeah.
And it was still really early on that I had started we were still kind of like hanging out. It wasn't anything official. And you looked at Nick and I and said, you know what? I know I can trust you guys. I'm going to go talk to one of the other vendors as an outreach thing. Do you feel comfortable handling the table? Mm-hmm. And in that moment, I remember I don't know if pride is the right word, but it made me sit a little bit, straighter in my chair. And it felt nice to be not only trusted with everything that was there, but knowing that you had the confidence in us to portray the mission and ourselves appropriately without, I guess, guidance. You know what I mean?
I think it's well-placed confidence, too. You did pretty good at Vets Rock.
Yeah, I mean,
year.
I love it. I like to talk to people and maybe not every minute of every day. But I like going out to these events. And
she's pivoting.
I'm pivoting.
She's taking audio coaching
Pivot.
well. She doesn't
Pivot.
She doesn't do this like you do.
I don't know.
Oh my God, he points it at his throat like it's just like a larynx voice box or something.
My goodness.
Wow, wow, wow.
You know what the best moment was, though?
What?
What was the best moment?
Vets Rock interviewing Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of sealed the full picture.
Yeah. Oh wow, you're actually right. Doing the interview was with Peter and Pat. What was it? My brain. Peter and Pat.
Yeah.
Peter and Pat. Kind of solidified we're gonna do this. We're gonna create content for the organization. Yeah, I like that a lot. It was super cool.
To piggyback off of that, watching you guys get so excited too at Vets Rock, and you all the whole time you guys were filming, you were walking around talking to other vendors, you were doing walkthroughs. We interviewed, I think, at least 2 other vendors that I know about.
Yeah.
We got some really nice short clips from that. You guys, the whole time, none of you sat down.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys just looked really like you were on fire about it, and that was really inspiring for me.
But just watching Peter and Pat's face.
Yeah.
Doug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Peter and Pat. Watching them while they talk, they're so grateful, and it's just it's kind of like when you see the reaction, how they talk about the organization, and you're like, holy crap, I'm part of that group now. That was I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this as much as possible. I'm gonna make people feel like that.
As soon as Pat saw you, lit right up.
Yep.
Right. It was like a movie scene. I don't know. It's just something you can't describe.
Okay. You said you had 2, so was that 2 or was that 1?
That was one.
Okay. What's your second one?
So the second one, again, I can't really talk about it. But when the idea hit me for my proposal and you gave me the green light to write the proposal, I literally stood up in my chair. It was during one of our monthly meetings. I literally stood up in my chair and I felt like I was screaming. I was so excited. And it sounds so dramatic, but that was the moment where I was like, this is what I'm meant to do. For the rest of my life, I need to figure out how to make this work. I need to figure out how to make this generational. I need to figure out how to expand this into something that's a lot bigger than myself. That moment really gave me something to look forward to and push for. And I think that's another really big reason that I'm here.
Yeah. I definitely know that level of excitement.
Yeah.
Because so the first meeting that I attended to, I came over to you guys' house.
That's right.
And everything. And I remember when they voted me in, and I was texting my wife, and then I was like, they voted me in, babe. They voted me in. She's like, good job, honey. I'm so proud of you. I was like, it's all right. I'm part of the cool kids club now.
And you are.
It's still not cool though.
No, you're cool enough.
No,
you're just cool
Thanks
enough.
for putting a qualifier on that. Enough.
Stamp of approval there.
No, and the thing is I remember each of those moments.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's I remember, over at the Blessing of the Bikes
Yeah.
when I turned and said, "You guys got this. I trust you. I have to go and do this." Right.
Yeah.
Part of my job is not always standing behind the table. It's shaking those hands. It's creating those relationships and talking to those people who are going to keep this organization sustainable and relevant over the
Absolutely.
next 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are looking at what are we doing in 2023, and I'm looking at going, what are we doing in 2024?
Yeah.
Right. I'm so far ahead of the game that I've already bypassed this year and started working on January 1st of 2024 because I don't want to see this fizzle out. But I do remember each of those moments, right? I
Yeah.
do remember when you brought it, your proposal and your idea, and it's like, yeah, do it. Just do it. And the same thing with the podcast, right? And what my one stipulation, or I don't say like my one rule when it came to this, and your proposal was like, just don't create extra work that
Yep.
I have to go and fix. That's it, right? I will never tell anyone, no, you can't
Yeah,
run with this
there is
idea.
a high level of accountability and ownership
Yeah.
in this program or in this organization where it's like, all right, if it's your idea, it's yours, your baby, you better make it work.
Exactly.
We're coming to do it for you.
Exactly.
And if it fails, we're not picking it up. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. We don't have time. We have a primary
Yeah, we have
mission
too
to
much.
focus on.
Yeah, we have too much going on.
Yeah.
Everybody has something that they're working on or expanding on or figuring out how to make better. You know what I mean? Like, so
I
nobody
wouldn't
has
say
time
it's
to.
too much. I say we do have a lot going on,
Yeah.
but with everything that we have going on,
Yeah.
everything comes full circle,
Yeah.
and it helps us accomplish our mission statement.
Yeah.
And I think with everyone bringing these extra little tidbits and extra entities into the mix, it just adds to everything that we're already doing.
Yeah.
It already adds to just the passion that we hold for helping Connecticut combat wounded vets. And it's like, how can we help them even more? Let's detour a little bit and go this way, because then it's just going to come full circle for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what do you got, Nick?
Speaking of how can we help more, isn't there some big news coming this week?
Yeah. How can we help more? Is
We
the big
have,
news coming.
yeah. So
tell,
Monday
do tell.
night. So when this episode actually airs, we'll actually have made our huge announcement. Monday night, 7 p.m. We are going live, via StreamYard, and we have a special guest coming on, and they are going to announce this huge endeavor that we are taking on.
So
and it is
stay
monumental.
tuned.
Yeah,
if you're
it is.
watching this episode, you're gonna have to go back and watch the live footage from the channel and see what this announcement is. But it's pretty big. It's awesome. We're excited. We're proud.
Yeah,
And
it's a
we
big
can't
deal.
we can't wait to see where it takes the organization as a whole.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll be cool. But we'll leave it at that. We won't go any further.
No, I don't want to go any further, because
Yeah.
as soon as we start talking a little bit more about
We
it,
don't want
it's
to put
just
spoiler alerts.
Yeah, I don't want it to slip.
don't want it to slip.
So exciting.
Yeah. Plus, I also wanted to make you, the audience, go and watch other videos.
Yeah.
Because it's good for the channel. So. Also, by the way, like and subscribe if you haven't.
Comment below.
Comment below.
Since we are content creators now. and
Smash the crap out of the
we
bell
can point
to
to
get
certain things on the screen. I don't even know if there's stuff up on the screen. But I'm just going to point to it anyways.
Or report us for just being terrible. Either way.
So, yeah, I mean, like I said before, I do remember every single one of those moments.
Yeah.
You getting excited about your project being greenlighted. You over here, your first meeting, and, you getting voted in.
Yeah.
I do remember all of those. So I can't say that I have a memorable moment in this organization. I can't.
It's very laissez-faire to you. You're just like, I just do this to pass the time.
Know about other people's affairs, the happier I am. I'm not interested in caring about people. I once worked with a guy for 3 years and never learned his name. Best friend I ever had. We still never talk sometimes.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
There's just so much.
I'm not
that
even
goes-
really committed to it. Yeah, it's just whatever.
not really committed.
As if.
There's
That's
just
good
so
to know.
much, but it's just
It's good to know that you take, that you bring to account, you all the moments that might affect other people in the organization. That's why I've said before, right, that when people support charity groups like the Guardians of the Purple Heart, that you're not just helping the people that they're trying to help, but you're also helping the people in the charity, right?
Yeah.
We're all doing it for a very specific reason. And sometimes they're very different reasons, but we all each have our own reason.
Yep.
So this is good for us.
Yeah, I love it. I don't think I'll ever stop.
Yep.
Can I comment on a question you asked me earlier?
Yeah, go ahead.
So just to jump back, when you asked, more or less what keeps me here,
Yep.
I think it's more about, it doesn't feel like work. It's more like
Nope.
play.
Yep. Yeah.
I think
like,
that's
I
just
agree.
what I was trying to figure out how to say.
Yeah. This
I
isn't a
enjoy it.
podcast. This is me going to hang out with my friends.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Good.
I'm
Good.
personally invested in and love what we have going on. So that's why.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry, I couldn't say
happy
that
to hear
earlier,
it.
apparently.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm happy to hear that it doesn't sound like work because
No,
I do.
It doesn't feel like work at all.
I do put out a lot of stuff in our group chat, all hours of the night, and do ask a lot of people in the organization. But, hearing that you don't think it feels like work,
Yeah.
it's just, I love hearing that because I
Yeah.
never want to sit there and tell someone to do something and have them be like, oh,
Yeah,
I have to
no.
do this now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that. So, it definitely makes me feel good that you
Yeah.
said that. Love it. So I will have to say that, and I say this every single dinner, and I think, it's pretty much on repeat right now, and every single one of the speeches that I have to write is the one privilege that I have in this organization is working for the team that was built. And I use the phrase working for the team, right? Because you don't work for leadership, right? Leadership works for you. So if I'm not out there,
To a certain extent.
well, to a certain extent, but
Leadership
also,
is there to provide
Be
you with the
careful.
resources that you require in order to perform your
No,
function
because-
and also give you direction at the same time.
Yeah.
I would say direction, but at
However,
the same
that does
time,
not mean you don't report to that leadership.
No, but here's my thought, right?
But I 100% agree with you, though.
If I'm not out there creating those relationships and creating those opportunities for the organization to progress and go that next step, what are you guys doing, right? Everyone's kind of sitting there going, well, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do that, or which way do we go with this? So by me creating that pathway, it opens up the door for work to be done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do work for you guys.
Yeah.
Right? So that's, like I said, I don't have memorable moments because everything we do in this organization, I absolutely love. And I'm 1,000% invested in it. But I would have to say I'm privileged to the fact that I get to work for such a dynamic and just amazing team at this point.
Yeah.
So
We have our shortcomings sometimes. Yeah. We let that one dude in the Coast Guard in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
up with that? But
He was a diversity hire.
she's like, moving on.
I think everybody that's on the team too really has a unique gift that they bring as well.
Yep.
So even if that's just a positive attitude and a face and some working hands that shows up and helps,
Yep.
set everything up, that's just as important as
Yeah.
everything else that's done. So I think all of us really try to do our best to step up and participate, and I think that helps a lot.
So I'm going to put you in the hot seat,
Oh,
but I'm
boy.
going to turn up the heat a little bit.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Say
It's getting weird.
you don't know me, but I approach you as you are a Guardians representative, right?
Sure.
And you're talking about the organization. And I'm going to use this line from, I think it's, what is it, Wolf of Wall Street, where he says, sell me this pen, right?
Oh, yeah.
So sell me this organization. Sell it to me in a way that you would, to where I'd want to be like, yeah, let's get involved.
That doesn't mean break his leg, drain all of his money so he can't pay for his medical bills, and then just yell supply and demand and run off.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, well, the scene ended in the movie where he said, write your name, and he writes his name, then he takes his pen and says, now write it again. He's like, I can't, you took my pen. He goes, supply and demand. And he gives him the pen back. What's your elevator pitch,
Yeah.
if you will? for the
30-second
Guardians?
elevator pitch.
She's got
Woo,
nothing.
the hot seat.
Yeah. I don't think pretzels are going to save you.
I think they will.
Okay.
She's gonna bribe you with pretzels to not answer that question.
So the military is like food, right? You first get in because you think it's going to be helpful for you. You're going to help other people. You're going to be a part of something that's bigger.
Then it gives you
want
indigestion
some?
later.
Would you like some?
Heartburn.
Sure.
Okay. Now you get to hold that and experience what it's like to be, you know, a true brother and friend and participate in these things. And now you can't wait to get out, so you're gone. It's out and it's taken away. So now you have no food. That part of you is missing. You can put your hand down because you're not getting it back because you can't. They're not going to take you back
the
in.
pretzels.
Nope, you don't get any pretzels.
Yeah, this analogy
Because-
hits really.
You. So now that you've given up the pretzels.
Okay.
So you that was your choice. The guardians are the people that, for me, and I know I don't mean to speak for you, but for Seth and for my husband, they're the people that say, okay, well, you had pretzels. And I know this is kind of lame explanation, but here's some other food that you might like that's better. Here's as much that I can give to you. Here's all the resources that I have. And if I can't get you the type of food that you like, let me bring you to somebody that can. Let me get you the attention that you need, whether that's medical, whether that's physical, whether you need us to help pay for your mortgage, whether you need us to help build a ramp to get into your home, whether you need a new furnace, whether you need oil. What you need is what we will get you. And if we can't do it, we'll find somebody that can. And we'll make sure that they get it done.
And it all started with the pretzels.
It all started with the pretzels.
You know, that analogy.
That's really
that analogy
good.
hits pretty hard.
Yeah,
So, like, my sister had said something a while back to me that I 100% related to leaving the service and then having issues with separating from the service and leaving that group of people and all this stuff. And that it's like leaving home and never being allowed to go back.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it. It's like never being allowed to go home again. So the Guardians, you know, gives you a little bit of that. They bring a little bit of the home to you.
It brings
They give you
a
that
healthier
life. They give
piece
you
of that home.
Yes, they give you the we talked about before in the show. It's all the good things we liked about the service, with really none of the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just the hard work. That's all.
Not to be that person, but and I don't need a safety pin, so if anybody gives me one, I'll throw a mother of all fits. You can all hear me, right? But today is not the day. It's not. So
Little tiny hands.
today is not the day. But you guys, this organization is my safe place where I can act like the idiot that I am and be goofy and run around with my ADHD self and play the fool that I am, but be embraced by the people that are around me. So
With your executive deficiency, as we called it.
Keep those big words.
yep. But that's
You need to stop with this
about
big
nails
word
it.
stuff. You have a bachelor's degree. I have a GED. Let's get on the
Yeah.
same level here.
Yeah. And still, when I was
Have you
in
tried
college
reading
and
more
I had
books?
psychology professors saying stuff, I would legit raise my hand and ask them if they could dumb it down a little bit or break it down Barney style.
Break it down, Barney style.
Not, I'm not ashamed. Like, I get confused with big words. So,
words.
yeah.
I'll use smaller ones.
I'm a little bit touched too. It's okay.
Touched. Wow.
Touched.
I haven't heard that expression in a while. It's like the South saying, instead of calling you an
It's-
idiot, they just say, bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
okay.
Bless your heart.
Okay.
He or she is touched.
Okay.
It's the nice way.
granted,
it's the New England way to say.
They were touched with a brick
you.
from the sounds of it.
Okay, then. Apparently, I'm touched.
Instead of getting hit, I said, all of us here are touched.
Oh,
If it
we
makes you feel
definitely
better,
are. We
we're
definitely
among.
are.
You're among your own kind. It's okay.
Definitely among my own kind.
Among us.
Yeah, I come from the tribe of DDs, so.
Yep. Well, I can't thank you enough for joining the organization. I mean, you've brought a lot to the table when it
Aw.
comes to the progression, when it comes to the presence and just our, overall demeanor when we're out in the community and stuff. I think you've brought more to the table that you actually realize, and it has been nothing but
And as the administrative backbone of the organization, right? Right. Making sure like all of our notes are taken care of, and then anytime someone might forget something, you're like, oh, what are we doing here? Like you track a lot of that, and you backfill us sometimes when we forget.
Aww.
So yeah.
Well, thank you, guys.
I think you bring more to the table than you actually
board.
realize at this point.
That's really nice. Not that I need that acknowledgement, you know what I mean? That's not what I'm here for, but that is nice to hear that people kind of see what I got going on.
Yeah, we're a little
Thank
scared
you.
to say anything else. So.
Yeah.
As you should be. As you should be.
I don't know if you have a box cutter in that hoodie or
Oh
whatever.
God. You really have a.
She looked.
She just pulls out
All right.
a knife.
Just for the record, I had no idea.
Nick, you know how to pick a man.
There you go.
I had no idea she was gonna pull this thing out of her hoodie.
All right.
No, it was out of my pants. No, not in my, not like in my pants, in my pocket.
And
In my
on that
it's a
note-
pocket.
And on that note,
I have pockets! No.
This is,
She's got waffle pockets.
I have no. I am wearing my waffles. It was not in my waffle pocket.
To clarify.
It's not in a prison
clarify.
pocket. It's not.
all right,
You made it so much
All right,
worse.
we're done.
So much worse.
we're done. We're out. All right, this is where that irreverence comes in. We're trying to keep this a family show.
All right.
So much
I
worse.
think for episode 5.
We're gonna call it there.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We're gonna call it there.
Monique, thank you for joining us. You've been an absolute pleasure.
Happy to be
Aside from
here.
the random train wrecks here and there, but
You're welcome. If you didn't see those coming, I'm so sorry.
All right,
I really thought you
I'm
knew.
just going to go ahead and sign us off because we're going to take this first.
Go ahead.
Hey guys, once again, thanks for watching Cover Down. If you're liking what we're doing, you like our message, and you like our content, like, subscribe, click the bell for the notification button, leave comments, email us if you want us to cover a specific topic of some nature. Yeah, down below. And then make sure you check out our sponsors when you have a moment. The Nothing Pacifics podcast out every Tuesday on all of your. Yeah, it really is hilarious. Yeah, it's great because we found him randomly as a sponsor, and now I listen to him regularly, so it's cool. And then once again, if you're out in the world, you see Monique, shake her hand, her tiny little hands.
I got man hands. I don't.
No, he doesn't. Don't shake Doug's hand because he's a piece of. Hey, hit the button for me real quick. Yeah. You got You wanted to squeak the button. All right, there you go.
I love the
Oh my
pickle.
God, you relate to your dog way too much.
okay.
Spirit animal.
All right, and once again, folks, stay proud, stay grateful. We'll see you next time.